Man, we most definitely, you know what I'm saying? I appreciate y'all pulling up. You know what I'm saying? There go my guy. Hey, we gonna chop it up in the background a little bit after the show. You know what I mean? Yeah, there's a lot of things that changed, and let me make sure. Let me make sure. Hold on, my bad. I had did a reset. I had did a reset. Let's get y'all right. You know what I'm saying? Let's get y'all right. Yeah. How everybody feeling today though? Y'all good? Y'all feeling good? Yeah. Today, it's more this one right here is for the books, y'all. This one's right here is for the books. And we can get this thing rolling. You know what I mean? Let the, comments, let some people pull up and then we can get really cracking. Goya, you already know when it get cracking, you know what I'm saying? It's cracking. My, what's up, my? Yeah, look at my folks, man. Okay. All right. Well, you know how we get out. Just give it some time for these folks to get rolling up in before I really set it off. Set it off. All right. 100. What's up, my? What it do? What it do? How you feeling today? You feeling good? Solid ground. This show, as much as it mean to me, you know what I'm saying? The season's coming to an end. You feel what I'm saying? And we're gonna keep it rolling, but we're gonna come anew. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna come anew. You know what I'm saying? Nita, Las Vegas. Nita, Las Vegas. Nita, what's going on with you? How you feeling? There go my sister in Christ right there. That's good. I'm glad you feeling good. You know what I'm saying? One thing I'm feeling is one thing I'm feeling is a turn up on when it comes to this obedience we owe the Lord. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna go too far into it right now, but the obedience to the Lord is very important, and that's everything the word say, right? I'm talking about everything, for real.
Hey there, thrill seeker. Are you ready to turn up the heat on your social scene? Meet Tango. Get ready to ignite your conversations with live video chat 24/7, where the excitement never stops, and mind-blowing one-on-one chats that are going to leave you with wanting more. With 450 million users, get ready to start making connections worldwide. Tango is fully localized, secure, and private. So spice up your life and go download Tango now.
It's the place to be. You know what I'm saying? When you like to have these in-depth conversations with folks that really got substance, it's a wonderful thing. You know what I'm saying? CD Tates, you can request a box whenever you're ready. You know what I mean? Just to get this going. But I took last week off. I was on vacation, and I just enjoyed vacation with my family. You know what I mean? Just enjoyed it, just sitting around chilling, not having to do much. You know what I'm saying? I did a lot of cooking. We ate good. You know what I'm saying? Just for what it is. You know what I mean? And it's important. It's important that we do this. You feel me? So without any further ado, I'm gonna get it popping because we're gonna record this, right? So we all, you know what I mean? Look, man, I ain't gonna lie. I need to get on. So check it out. Yay, 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 yay. What's popping, y'all? Welcome to Solid Ground. I'm your host, the solid one, the most solid one on the app. I stand on that. You know what I'm saying? So today we got another wonderful, wonderful episode. You feel what I'm saying? And so today's episode is about giving back through volunteerism. You know what I mean? So we gonna shine the light on that. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people have made very meaningful impacts through volunteer work. And volunteering is more than just giving time. It's about transforming lives, you know, um, both for us who serve and for those doing the serving, right? You know what I'm saying? The ones being served. How you feeling today? Miss Better Days, appreciate you. Our guest this evening, um, man, CD Tates, man. If y'all don't know who he is, y'all finna get to know him. But he's a very inspiring community leader. You know what I'm saying? Whose passion for helping others has left a mark on a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? Every time he pull up, it's a time. I ain't gonna cap. Ever since we first ran across each other, you know what I'm saying? So we're gonna explore CD's journey into volunteerism, right? How it shaped his life and how the work he's done has made a difference in the community that they serve, right? Though we don't have a second guest confirmed, we ain't doing it. You feel what I'm saying? I said today we gonna have CD Tates in this building, and he deserves a whole hour of it, right? So now let me tell you a little bit about how this show works. So first we'll explore CD Tate's passion for volunteer work and what motivates him, right? Next we'll discuss the journey, including challenges and key moments in their volunteer work, right? Then finally, we're going to reflect on how volunteering and helping the community has impacted his life and the community that he serves. So, without any further ado, you know what I'm saying? CD Tates, man, let's get it cracking, man. We're going to get it cracking like an omelet. You know what I'm saying? Because solid ground, if y'all ain't know, man, solid ground is where passion meets purpose and the stories come alive. You hear what I'm saying? So we most definitely in for a good one. Big homie, big bro, how you feeling today?
What's up, man? Top of the day. How are you?
Man, I'm doing amazing, man. Go ahead and introduce yourself, bro.
Well, let's make it easy. I am CD Tates. I put most of my info in the bio so people don't have to joggle and, try to remember it. It's right there. You can find me on Mondays, the time and everything, it's in the bio. If you look for me on Thursdays, the time, it's in the bio. If you look for me on Fridays, the time, it's in the bios. So, whatever I can do to make it easier for people to find me or whatever, let me know. I'm all about that.
Hey, man, say, man, you understand me now? Like I was saying earlier, right? Um, in this platform, in this place that we all hang out and just, vibe with each other, we've always had this super solid, it's always a deep conversation. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? When this man right here has a lot of substance, has a lot of wisdom that he shared with us over the times, whether it's Bible study or whether we up in there, shooting the shots, you know what I mean? But that's just what it is, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to him. So now, um, let's start this off, right? Um, CD, you've been involved in volunteer work for quite some time, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now let's start by discussing what first drew you to community service and how it shaped your passion for helping others.
Ooh. Well, let me say, I think mine may have started pretty early. So if you know, owe my honor to God and country, I will do my best to do my duty. I used to be a Boy Scout, first of all. So um, I will say that that's part of the whole volunteer when you talk about community service. It started pretty young for me. So what we learned though was we got kind of acclimated in the church young because of that. But we were taught how to go out and do acts to help others, without the expectation of anything in return. And, of course, now don't get me wrong, community service was a badge. It was a badge. But oftentimes when people go out and do, any type of labor, physical labor, whatever the case may be, they expect a cash payment in return. This was, in a sense, teaching you to be self-sacrificing, willing to do something for someone without the expectation of anything. And that became my thing, and that's why I tell people, to this day, I love to be able to say, I am willing to give you, you understand, the best of me, but I expect nothing in return.
Hey, man, that's deep. That's deep. That's solid. Because I'm gonna tell you, the first time I did some volunteer work was because I went to juvenile hall. You know what I'm saying? And that was part of the probation. You know what I mean? So a lot of us, and I think because that's how it started, it was it was more of a punishment. It was looked at as a punishment
Ooh,
instead of, you know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like, making your children go to church. You know
yeah,
what I'm saying?
yeah.
So I think that's probably why I never looked at it in that fashion. But the way you speak of it now, like, the Boy Scouts and stuff, um, growing up, even if we had that in my neighborhood, I don't I don't even think that's something where I grew up at in San Diego, California. I don't know anybody that was a Boy Scout.
I feel you, man. But
Wow.
you ever thought, I think this is more important than anything. It's not so much the Boy Scout, but something, you may relate to is the fact that we all look, no matter how young we are, we look to be a part of something.
Mm-hmm.
As we mature in life, we're still looking to be a part of something. The only time that we do not look to be apart from something is when we're either hurt, upset, angry, any of the above. But for the majority of the time, some of us, I would say a lot of us, I would say even the majority of us, look to embrace being a part of something.
And and no, and now you got me just with that thought of how what Boy Scouts, kind of how that inspired you.
Yeah.
Look at that different now, because if we'd have had Boy Scouts, we might have not been gang members.
Look, man, I'm from Memphis. Let me put it like that. I'm from South Memphis.
Come on.
So what Boy Scouts gave me was an opportunity not to be in the community. And like some people, for me, it was looking for a way out, although I was already in.
Mm. Yeah, because you was born in. You was
Yeah,
born in. When we grow up in them certain places, we born into it. You know what I'm saying? It's like you go outside. Hey, homie, where you from here?
right there at your doorstep, man. And
You
right at
outside,
your doorstep.
right?
No exaggeration.
Hey guys,
Man, that was look. We just started and he already inspired me with some stuff. Now, let me ask you this: um, How has your perspective on community service evolved since you first started?
Ooh, I like that, man. For me, is now is the idea is to give back as much as I can. That's honestly what it is. And I know that sometimes it won't be, monetary or financial help. Sometimes it can be just like we're doing right here, sharing. My sharing could be something to someone else, but I think the thing we have to realize sharing is like motivating one another sometimes.
It
And
is,
you don't have to expect anything, you know what I mean, to get motivated. You can
yeah.
just hear it from something that someone may say or touch on, and you'd be like, ooh. And
No,
that is a part of giving and uplift within itself. It's easy to do when you live it.
yeah,
It's easy to do when you believe it. And some things become you. We talk about belief and we talk about knowing, and maybe some point we'll get into talking about that because I feel like there's a difference between the two. And it's one thing to believe, but when you believe in something, you can go hard. But there's another aspect to it as well. So for me, I'm not gonna lie. Part of it too, I have to attribute, should I say, to my parents, more to my mother. I would say my father as well, Because if I asked him, he had it, he gave it. My mother, though, I always saw her as someone trying to take care of other people. And if she had 10, you had five. That was the way she lived.
And that's solid because, hey, um, like you said, because even like just sharing, like, let's tap into the fact that we actually inspire our haters.
Yeah.
Yeah. You ever seen somebody you don't get along with or something, or been hating on you, and all of a sudden they bubble because they wanted a car like yours? You know what I'm saying? They wanted to dress like you, or anything, and you inspire even your haters when you share your story. You know what I'm saying? For
Yeah.
real, yeah, for
Yeah.
real, for
You,
real,
you, you inspire them to hate you more.
man. Hey, they get no. Hey, look, hey, and the beauty. Hey, that's only if they stay seated on the couch. You know what I'm saying? If they stay on the couch watching, you know what I'm saying? I like to tell them, man, watch TV is better for you than watching me. You know what
Let
I'm
me let
saying?
me let me let me say this to you, Solid man. And this is what it is. You get on here and you share your life, man. And people may see you in a sense, and I'm not even talking about money as a person
Mm-hmm.
prospering, because some people have already judged you, some people have already put you in a category, some people have already counted you down and out. And the thing about it is, I only believe in one judge, and
Absolutely.
you ain't it. That's it. Whoever I'm looking
Absolutely.
at, you are not that judge. There's only
Absolutely.
one for me. And with that being said, I have no heaven or hell to put anybody in. Who
Mm,
am I to be that judgmental person on someone else and what has transpired in their life? I have no idea what that person had to walk through. I have no idea what that person walked in. I can empathize all day long. I can sympathize for 2 or 3 days as well. But my point in saying that is, I have not experienced what that person has experienced, no matter what my experience has been.
Amen. Say, man. Now, look, if y'all just tuning in, this is Solid Ground, one of the new feature shows on the app. Today, we're discussing giving back through volunteer work. You know what I'm saying? And right now, we got my very special guest, you know what I mean? CD Tates in the house. You know what I'm saying? And we just discussed how he discovered, his passion for giving back and just inspiring others and just being a stand up, person in the community. You know what I'm saying? One of those pillars, right? So now let's um let's tap into. I'm gonna say this: volunteer work can be deeply rewarding, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it's also not without its challenges. You know what I'm saying? Not without its challenges, right?
Yeah.
So, can you share with us some of the hardest you faced along the way and how you managed to overcome them?
The
So,
hardest.
I got a question. I got a question.
Go ahead.
What have okay? Just give it to us. I like the free flow with this because we ain't gonna use no script to this. What was some of the biggest challenges that you've
I
experienced?
think
How have you?
sometimes the biggest challenge is when you're prompt or you're pushed in a sense. You're told that when you give, you have to give a certain way, and or you have to give a certain thing, or
Mhm.
even you have to give a certain amount.
Like tithes, like paying tithes.
And what I am saying is this right here is, well, shoot, now you're going into the fifth dispensation and the sixth dispensation. Now you're talking about the biblical hermeneutics, and but I'm gonna stay right here for now and say this right here. Um, I don't think that, if you're giving from your heart, if you're giving according to the spirit that is in you, not the spirit that is in the person that's wanting you to give or do something a certain way. If you're giving according to the spirit that is in you, and again, there is only one judge for me. If I do that, you understand, and I can walk away feeling um, confident in what I've given, feeling okay in what I've given, feeling happy with what I've given. Who are you, you understand, to diminish that?
Mm, mm. Hey, because it's one thing that when it's from the spirit, when you doing something, it gives more than what you actually just gave. It holds a heavier purpose. You
Yeah.
know, 'cause people think that you it can just be going and helping somebody move some furniture.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? It
Yes.
can be, hey, you know what? Miss Washington down on the corner, you know what I'm saying? Her grass ain't been cut. I ain't seen it cut in about 6 months. You know what I'm saying? Let me go on over there and go hook her up real quick. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Let me go, because I'm gonna tell you like this. We used to when I was in the joint, I was probably around 25 years old back then. I worked on an outside crew. It was a low level, and we used to go out and work. It wasn't, we was getting paid and stuff, but there was a lot of volunteer work we did too. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? And just the happiness that folks get, that joy. You know what I'm saying? That joy that they receive when someone's helping them without
Yeah.
no
Yes.
intentions. You know what I'm saying? It's just something like, which we don't see a lot of that on this app on
Yes.
itself. Even this app will tell us. It's crazy you said, but even on this app, you got folks that just come into your stream, they expect you to come to theirs.
Yeah.
It's an expectation involved with you pulling up to my stream. It's not real support. You know what I'm saying? So so when we in the world and we doing good stuff for folks, it's a blessing. You blessing someone. It's a blessing when you just doing it from the spirit.
When you give for someone to give back to you, you understand that's not the same as giving.
Nope.
Let me try to repeat that. When
Hmm.
you give with the expectation of someone giving back to you, it's not the same as giving. That's just, you understand, it's an even exchange. It's a trade or whatever you want to call it.
It's really a swindle.
Well, it can be that in front of other people, but
Yeah.
not necessarily so. But you are right. This is
Yeah.
my thing. If anybody doesn't understand what a genuine gift is, to me, a genuine gift comes with no expectation. It comes with no strings attached. You you give it because you're not expecting it back in return. And that's why if you one of the things I said even at the beginning before we really got to talking was I will give my best to you and expect nothing in return.
Yeah.
I want to beat you when it comes, and let me say this, I love people. I genuinely love people. What I
Absolutely.
don't like.
This is the Ergo Smart Base from Tempur-Pedic, and it responds to snoring, so you don't have to. So no more nudging your partner or sleeping on the other side of the house, because the Tempur-Ergo Smart Base actually detects snoring, then automatically adjusts to help reduce it all night, every night.
Save up to $500 on select Tempur-Pedic adjustable mattress sets and get a $300 gift. Denver Mattress, the easiest way to get the right Tempur-Pedic.
True.
I'm not a judge. So if a person is a certain way, they choose to be the certain way, with exception. The exception is, remember when I said earlier, I have not walked in your shoes.
Uh-huh.
I have no idea what your experience in life has been. It doesn't matter what you share with me. I cannot feel what you shared with me. That's not my experience. So even when we talk about people, if they're even right here on tag, you understand, if I don't like what you represent, what you're about, you understand, there's one thing I can always do. I can change the scenery. I am the one who chooses to hit the button. I am the one who chooses to be a partaker. I am the one who chooses to come and sit at your table, eat whatever you're serving, whether it be through ear, whether it be through eye, or, just the dialogue of the conversation that is going on. The point of it is, I can always choose to change the scenery, because if I do not change the environment, if I do not change the scenery, that means I'm accepting it.
Come on now. Talk to me now. Talk to me now, CD, because I'm gonna be straight up. Like what I mean, because I do that a lot. I'm big on remove myself.
Ye-
I'm gonna subtract myself.
That's
Like, hey,
mad.
wait, what Abraham said, you go left, I go
Yeah,
right. If you
that's
want to go
mad.
right, then I'm gonna go left. You know what I'm saying? Because and sometimes we, it's that's where the choice is left at for you to make. You want to see a difference, then you gotta be that difference and remove yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's just been a thing that lately I've been removing myself a whole lot.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I've been removing myself a whole lot because there are, and it's no shade, it's none of that. But like you said, that fiber that your cloth is made of, I don't know about that cotton. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? That cotton, that type make me itch. You know what I'm saying? I got to use something else because I get a little itch. You know what I'm saying?
I'm with
I
you.
get a little itch when I use that detergent. Let me go on and change my detergent. You know what I'm saying? Because I got sensitive skin now. You know what I'm saying? I got sensitive skin. People for real. You man, I'm telling you. And it's important because that's like in giving, you never want to feel like I've been in positions where I'm doing this because this is who I am, but you
Yes.
but you receiving it in a useful intention, not realizing you ain't got to be that way. Your mind ain't even supposed to be working that way because this is coming from the heart. This ain't even nothing that you can get me to continue doing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not you. It's not you. It was me. It was put in my spirit to the Holy Spirit spoke to me and told me to do that.
Yeah.
Kind of that. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm in tune with that. I'm really walking this walk. So
Understood.
and like they say, like, the fruit you bear, that ain't even for you.
Yeah.
Because pears don't eat pears. You feel what I'm saying? Pears don't eat pears. Apples don't eat apples.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's not even for you. You know what I'm saying? For real, for real. Hey, if y'all just tuning in, this is Solid Ground. I'm your host, Solid, one of the most solid ones on the app. You feel what I'm saying? And we got CD Tates in the building. You know what I'm saying? And as y'all can tell, these conversations, you know what I'm saying, tend to, even though we try to get a nice little agenda going, we gonna always keep it all the way freestyle artists around here because we real freestyle artists, for real, when it come to this. Now, we tapped into we tapped into how you discovered your passion for volunteer work. You feel what
Yeah.
I'm saying? We also heard about a few of the challenges, you know what I mean, that you faced. Now I kind of want to tap into the impact. Okay, I want to tap into the impact. So, um, let me ask you this: um, can you share a moment when you realized that your volunteer work and the efforts you was putting in were truly making an impact?
All right. So yeah,
Nigga,
that
to
one, like I said, I've had volunteer service as a starting out, like I said, as a young Boy Scout. But then there is volunteer service you have in the church. There is also volunteer service, me being a Navy vet, 24 years, uh,
know that.
there is a part of that service where throughout the service you can do volunteer service, but then there's a part of that service when you become a Navy chief that requires, to do a service as well in the community. And this is the thing I'm gonna tell you, man. If people don't know and don't understand, sometimes think about what you have to give, what you feel like you can afford to give, whatever you feel like it is, and give it away. But give it to someone you genuinely feel may have use for it, that may have need of it. And all that I'm gonna tell you is there is something about the feeling, you understand, of fulfilling something for someone else. There is something about the feeling of fulfilling something for someone else. And when you get that feeling, sometimes if when you want to have an addiction, That's an addiction to have. That is
Mm.
something to want to experience when you talk about euphoric or that paradise. That is a good feeling. And that is something I enjoy. I genuinely enjoy. That's why I don't mind giving. And it's one thing if somebody come ask me for help, but it's another thing when they're not asking for help and I can do it. So whichever way that it works out, and this is my other thing about giving. I don't worry about what people do. The Bible tells me simply to trust in the Lord with all thine heart and to lean not into thine own understanding, but also to acknowledge him in all thine ways. And all that I'm going to simply say behind that is this part right here. How many times have you found yourself saying, I wish I had went with my first mind?
See,
I'm going to leave it right there because you
man,
always know what
listen,
happens.
I did it so much that now I pay attention to that. I did it so even with speaking, even with just speaking, like, man, don't say that. You know what I'm saying? Like, just
Yeah,
keep your mouth quiet. You don't need an opinion right now. You know what I'm saying? Just go on. I'm gonna just go and leave it alone. You know what I'm saying? And then you don't do it and it blow up. Boom. You're like, oh man, I know I shouldn't have said that. Something told me not to say it. You know what I'm saying? Walking in faith, it's important.
hey, obedience is also better than sacrifice too, right?
Come on, bro. My sacrifice is me being obedient completely.
Exactly.
That is my sacrifice. Is myself walking that walk. You feel what I'm saying? You know
Yeah,
what I mean? Because that's important. It's hard, and I don't care. I'm one of those that there isn't nothing in a day that we not finna tie it to the Lord. I'm sorry. Don't know how not to because I'm walking like that. You feel what I'm
absolutely,
saying?
man.
I'm
And
walking like that.
it should be.
You know what I'm saying? And it don't matter what it is, and and come on, how can we be sorry for following the Lord's directions? I'm sorry, that's just what I'm gonna do. I don't care what it is. When the Lord tell me to do something, I got to do it, man. I got to do it. You know what I mean? Hey, hey, look, we tapping in. I told y'all, CD Tates is a very very deep person. You know what I'm saying? And this right here is what you getting. This right here is what he stands on, and this is why I connect so well with this man right here. You know what I'm saying? The wisdom, the fruits of the spirit, they all jump out. He got that jacket right there. That jacket is a joy jacket. That ain't even a regular jacket. You know what I'm saying? That's a joy jacket. You understand me? That is a joy jacket.
I'm with
For
it,
real.
man. I'm with it.
Hey, if y'all just now tapping in, look, this is solid ground. Solid ground is where passion meets purpose and the stories come alive. You know what I mean? And we today, we talking to CD Tates about um, giving back through volunteerism. You know what I'm saying? So let's go. I got plenty of
Let's
questions.
go. Let's go.
So now check it out, right? So your service work not only benefits the communities you serve, but
Yes.
we know that it also has profound impact on your own life. Let's
Yeah.
talk about how it's shaped your personal growth, right? Deepening your relationship with people you may have worked with, right? So, how has your involvement in volunteer work influenced your personal growth?
Oh, let me bring it right here to tag. Let me seriously bring it right here to
Let
tag.
go.
And you know, I can easily identify the negative impact of a lot of things, but that becomes my difficulty because immediately when I see something that's not negative, that could have a negative impact, I look for the positive. And
Uh,
and some people live in a negative I world. So
yes.
immediately I'm looking to see what is good about it. One of the things I love when we talk about giving and the impact of it, to myself as also to the people, on tag is I'm coming up on my third annual Christmas, 21 days of Christmas. And no, 13 days, I'm sorry, 13 days where literally I stream 13 days straight. That's the only time I do that. And this is the second, you understand, Thanksgiving show. Now, one of the cool things about these shows is, especially the one in Christmas, is I go out in the community, and it doesn't matter who is going to support, although it does matter at the same time. If you
Yeah.
support, I can do more. If you don't, it's not going to stop me from doing what I do.
Amen. Oof.
And that's what it's all about. Remember when I said earlier, you know, look at whatever you have to give that you can do without, you'll be okay. You understand? If you can pass on a case of Gatorade or whatever you going, somebody it might not be Gatorade, but all that I'm saying, if you can pass on something that you know normally do, and it's just a habit or whatever the case may be,
Yeah.
I always think about the fact that somebody else does not have what I have. I don't care about the person, you understand, that already has it. They already have it. I'm not trying to run with them. I'm not trying to match them. I'm not trying to be their competition. The only competition I have is me. So with that being said, why do I not want to do the best that I can in everything that I do?
Mm.
And I feel like this is the one thing that we limit ourselves in sometimes is the giving, because we always have this expectation of what about me? What am I going to get back? Let me tell y'all something. And I'm gonna let you cut back in on this solid.
Oh
Let me
no,
say this
man.
right
Listen,
here.
this your show.
Listen here, man. About 2 weeks ago, I got a letter, and the letter said I had a debt. Now, I'm gonna be honest and share the amounts of that debt. The letter said the amount of the debt was $1,600. Now, I'm telling all you this because I want you to raise an offering. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. Listen, no, 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 no. No. Look, I'm in the perfect place, right?
Yeah, thanks. Thanks.
Listen, it was 1,600. Now, this is what I realized in that last year, for those of you all that don't know, I went through a lawsuit. I shared that. I didn't. I shared it because it was frivolous in the first place. But the cool thing that happened, and all of this is connected, is because of the way that the lawsuit transpired. You understand? And something that had happened over almost 10 years ago, I would have occurred a debt of over $140,000 today.
Mm.
And when I realized the connection between all of it and the timing, all I could say was, look at God,
That's
because
it.
he can see what I cannot see. Because of the interaction, you understand, and how everything played out, I was shielded from that debt of 134 and only owed 1,600. I don't know if that sounds like anything to anybody, because I'm gonna tell you something. It's nothing when you don't owe the debt, but it is something when you do owe $140,000. Hello,
It's big facts. Big
hello,
facts. That's big
and
facts.
and listen, it's not something you knew about. I had no idea.
Right.
That's when I know that God is one that will look out for you as one of his own, even when you don't know, you understand what may be happening in the background, because all we can do is see down the street sometime.
Yeah.
But God has a macro view, which gives him one of what's down the street next week, next month,
Yeah.
in a few years as well. All that I'm going to say is, listen, never be afraid to give. Never be afraid to give. If you got it, you can do without it. Why not? Sometimes
Facts.
it's
That's
good to
real.
feel like, guess what? I got it like that. Be
Mm-hmm.
proud of what God has given you, because this is, hold on, solid. I'm about to be quiet for real, for real, for real.
Nah,
Listen,
nah,
man,
we don't want you to.
this is what I realized. I own nothing. I have nothing. Whitney Houston said, I have nothing if I don't have you. No, that ain't my situation. I have nothing, you understand. I own nothing in this world. I just claim it. I don't own it. Because the thing about it is, whatever I have can be here when I leave. I can't take it away. It doesn't matter how much claim I put on it. I
Facts.
can put it in the grave and somebody can come dig it up. I have nothing, you understand. The only thing I own is this. Listen. is the who I am. That's it. The person that I am. The makeup, the fiber that we were talking about, that cloth,
Yeah, that
the
cloth. Yeah.
reputation, my word, that's who I am.
The content of your
Outside.
character.
That's
Yeah.
it. So with that being said, anything else and everything else is temporary. So whether I give it away or whether somebody come and gets it when I'm no longer here, the point that I already made is it doesn't belong to you anyway. It's temporary. It's on loan. So the point of it is share whatever you can. And that's why when I bring it home to tag, I'm gonna go in. If I come into your stream and I gift, you understand, I can be happy with the gift that I gave you. Now, somewhere along the line, I may want to do a little bit more than what I did, and that's okay. But you should not be the one trying to tell me how my heart says I need to give. Let me be quiet. Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
Hey, if y'all just tapping in, y'all see who we got up here now. CD Tates. If y'all ain't got him fave, make sure y'all fave him right me now. I'm talking about right now. Because we right here on solid ground. Solid ground is where passion meets purpose and the stories come alive. And we're talking about giving back through volunteer, giving back through messages, giving back through just sharing. You know what I'm saying? Just sharing. You know what I'm saying? Sharing our stories, sharing everything. He's given so much to us at this moment. You know what I'm saying? In just these last 44 minutes, he's given us so much. You know what I'm saying? And I'm already full. You know what I'm saying? I'm already full, to be honest. I'm ready. I'm ready for the overflow. Now, let me ask you something else, right?
Yeah, man.
What feedback have you received from the communities you've helped? And how has that shaped your commitment to the service?
I love it, man. Man, listen, I love this because artists already lined up and they're committed to this, even though I feel like sometimes I don't want to be a bother to people. So what people don't realize is when I'm on the app, sometimes I'm genuinely out looking for other artists, so I don't have to feel like I'm, you know what I mean, bothering or pestering the same
Right,
people over and over.
right.
That's me. That's my consideration for another person. So what do? I do the legwork to find other artists. I love the fact that whenever I called to one of these people, they said, "No, I'm there. I got you." It's like that's a no-brainer, no question thing. I will come and support what you do. And there are people that are not just on the app, but they reach out off the app. And instead of them participating, sometimes you understand this is the level of trust. Man, I say this in wholeheartedly, man. I am one of the most appreciative and grateful people in this world.
Amen.
I it doesn't matter how much hell and chaos I've been through, what I've been through, I still embrace it all. The good with the bad. I love it. That's the honest truth. And because of that, man, when I tell you the things that God has done for me, the things that God is doing for me, you can't tell me anything. You can't tell me who he is because it has to be personal and you have to know him for yourself. And that's what people
And
understand sometimes. They waiting on somebody else to tell him who he is. To be personal. It's a you touched on it when but all I'm gonna say is listen, when we went from the fifth to the sixth dispensation, the one called grace, it's called unmerited favor. It's not about you trying to earn your way. So you can give all you want, but that's not going to earn you a spot or a
it's not
place.
gonna
You
get you there.
understand? It's not about what you give in the physical, it's about what you give in your spirit.
Hmm.
And the first give that anybody can do is no different than a man when he submits himself to a woman. Men, we got to submit too. Y'all might not like
It
that.
says it, love your wife like you love the Lord. You
Listen,
understand me? And I submit to the Lord. You
listen.
understand me?
We're not talking about relationships right now, but that is a relationship. That's the thing you cannot omit and overlook. is that it is a relationship. The people, the relationship that's with the people that, you know, in your life. But what you have to realize is that there's a word in there that says ship. And when you think about the word ship, you have to realize it is a vehicle. It's a mode of transportation. It's getting you somewhere sometimes. And the first word is with a late. Relate. How do you relate on this ship with the people that you're dealing with? Because see, some of these people are going to be genuine and some of them are going to be ingenuine. And if you're ingenuine, I can't be on the same boat with you. Man overboard, I'm going for a swim. That's
Straight
okay.
up.
I know how to swim. The
Mhm.
point that I want somebody to understand is that this particular ship that we're on right now, if I don't relate to you, I'm getting off. Because if you don't get off, you understand, somebody's got to go. And the one thing that I do know is if you get off the ship, I can be okay. But if I have to get off the ship, I still can be okay.
Still
And
gonna be
like I
okay.
said earlier, that is the thing that we control is, you understand, our environment. If I need to get off, I'm getting off, I'm going, and I'm going, you understand, be in the right place, in the right frame of mind, because these blessings that I'm getting, you understand, listen, it's because I'm getting that it makes it so easy for me to give. Now, what if something didn't happen right now for me? That's okay. I know my time will come because I know there has been a lot of time that's been coming. And just like that big ticket I was talking about a few minutes ago to you all, listen, man, this is 2024 coming to the end. I just saw that ticket a month ago. And you telling me how I've gotten through 2024? Look, I haven't done enough giving yet. That's the thing. I have not done enough.
Hey, I like to say the mission is position. When this is, I didn't even have a relationship yet with our father, right?
Yeah.
And that was what was put into me was the mission is position. If 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 I am capable of changing the position that I am in, how
Yes.
can I not exercise that? If I am in a bad position here in San Diego, there ain't no burnt bridges, but I ran out of resources. But I only ran out of resources because I don't have the main source. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when I change my position, I open the doors to being connected to the resource, being connected to the source, which ended up providing all brand new resources.
I
And when I tell you that
love that.
that I did a Facebook video one day. I went live and I was talking about the mission is position. It might still be up too. And I was, man, I'm telling you, I spoke it so much that it just was like, boom, get up, bro, go. And now I'm sitting over here like Abram. And so every time, if I see myself in a position where somebody got to go, man, let me make it easy for you.
Yeah.
Let me make it easy for you. You feel what I'm saying? We ain't the decision is hard to make. Not for me.
No, it ain't.
Not for me. The decision ain't hard for me. The decision might be hard for you, but it's not gonna be hard for me. Now, hey y'all, if y'all just tapping in, this is solid ground. We got the powerful, the super full of wisdom CD Tates here, y'all, and he's sharing with us the impact of giving back. You feel what I'm saying? We tapped into the journey. We tapped into how he discovered that passion, and we see how passionate he is about it. And this right here, I ain't gonna lie, I wish we had 2 hours of it. You know what I'm saying? So don't be surprised if I be back at you real soon. You know what I'm saying? Because
You
we
just
gonna need you around. Now, let me ask you this, right? So, um, we've discussed the journey, like I said, and the impact and volunteer work. You know what I'm saying? And a little bit deeper into what keeps you grounded.
yeah.
What practices or habits help you stay motivated and balanced in your volunteer work?
You said what practice of habit is gonna keep me
What
balanced in my
practices or
volunteer work?
habits? You know what I'm saying? Like, what do you? Um, yeah, yeah, yeah,
Appreciation,
yeah,
man. Appreciation.
yeah. Yeah, appreciation.
Every day I start off and I tell people this, I say it not jokingly, I say it with all intent for you to understand. This is for real for me. when I wake up, just lying in the bed, when I wake up, when I realize that I'm cognizant that I'm in this world today, that I've made it off of another journey back. You understand? Because I don't know where I've been in that, and I might have dreamed, I might not. But the point of it is, I'm back today. You know, when I think of Adam, as God put him in a deep sleep, I think of that as, every night when we go to sleep, that, and before I go to sleep, man, I say, thank you. But what I also do is I take a deep breath and I let it out slowly, because I think of that interaction right there with God and Adam as the first words of a man, you understand, with
Mm.
just a whisper. Imagine, you understand, God, breathing the breath of life into the nostrils of Adam, and then Adam breathing back. That is That's the craziest transaction ever for me, man. I can't think of anything more amazing than that. So when I wake up in the morning and I take that breath, I exhale, and then I say thank you,
Yes.
because that is me speaking back to God. But before I go to sleep at night and I'm lying on that pillow one more time, and I'm looking up, you understand, I take that deep breath one more time and I exhale and I said thank you. So if there is nothing else, there's two times in the world, you understand, that I'm showing, I'm like, I'm going to be my most appreciative. But I think appreciation is the biggest thing. I think humility is another thing. I think realizing what it is to be humble. Sometimes when you think you're humble, you might not be humble. Sometimes when you think you appreciate, you might not appreciate. And that is
Attitude
the
of
thing
gratitude.
right there.
Yeah.
You have to learn. Let me say this, man. I'm gonna say this little piece right here because I know your time and you might have the
You
question.
good.
I used to read the Bible, man. In when I was about 16, 17, 18, I spent 2 hours a day. When people used to, see me in the Navy, they see me sitting down, I'm reading, I'm studying. But the most important thing to me, I'm not gonna lie, was I wanted that Jesus like, persona. And
Hmm.
and don't misinterpret. I wanted to be
No,
like him.
no, as
That's
you
that's what
should.
I thought was most important. But I have to understand that, hey, I'm human, I'm fallible, I make mistakes
Hmm.
along the way. So I put myself above no one. I put myself below no one. I'm right there with you. That's
Hmm.
all you need to understand. And like even he said, lo, I am with you always.
Always. Yeah.
Always. So my point of it is, it doesn't matter what people going with and dealing with. Never see me as anything other than right there with you.
Mm. And
Humility, man.
brother,
Humility.
it's me. I adapted to understand that when I open my eyes, I just received a brand new dose of grace.
Yeah.
It's not the same one that I received yesterday.
No.
You know what
No.
I'm saying? It's a brand new dose of grace. And like, I used to always tell people, like, when I be popping my stuff, be like, man, you got the same 24 hours as me. But what you choose to do with them is different than what I choose to do with mine.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So in today, being able to wake up in the morning and know that I am going to serve the Lord. I am going to wait on God while I wait on God. You know what I'm saying? Because it's important to understand it. It's a daily dose of grace that we receive, and we have to have an attitude of gratitude for that. You know what I mean? You have to.
I'm
You
with
have
you.
to have that attitude of gratitude. Now, I I want to close out. I want to close out today, right? And I want you to do your stuff, right? Right. So, what advice would you give to someone who's interested in volunteering but doesn't know where or how to start?
Ooh, that's just like thinking about what you have to give. First, you got to be honest and true with yourself when it comes to whatever it is. If you're not a person that's going to get out and do physical labor, be honest.
Mm-hmm.
Because when you give, to me, you want to give in that particular moment the best that you can give. Now, I never believe that your best is your best, because you're always perfecting, and that's if you are. But however, in whatever situation, however you give, that's your choice. Make sure that you walk away feeling complete behind it. It's not that you're trying to make somebody else, you understand, feel complete. You're doing what makes you feel complete because, again, it's about you giving. That's what it's all about. So you give the best that you can give and you walk away. It's like every night that you go down, you lay down and you go to sleep. You want to be able to lay your head down, you understand, and sleep. Some people can't sleep at night because they know they didn't do right. Some people can't sleep at
Absolutely.
night because they didn't do the best that they could. Some people can't sleep
Absolutely.
at night because you got a conviction going on in your spirit, in your soul, in your mind, in your heart. It's convicting your entire body. You sitting there laying in the bed in the middle of the night, can't rest, can't lay down, can't do anything but roll over, tussle, and toil, all because you knew that you could have done better. And what I am simply saying to you is if you do your best, whenever you have an opportunity, think of yourself as operating, you understand, in excellence. Because I feel like, if you want the best, you will give the best. I'm going to simply say it to you like that. If you want the best, you will give the best. Is that not like the golden rule? Do unto others as you shall have others do unto you. Treat people the way you want to be treated, but don't expect it. Don't expect it. That way you don't have to be let down. That way you don't have to be hurt. That way you don't have to be upset and angry. Do whatever you do because you feel good about it. And when you feel good about doing something,
It's a joy. It's a joy that's unexplainable.
you want to do it
It's,
again.
it's a joy that's unexplainable.
You want
You
to
know what
do
I'm
it
saying?
again. You want to do it
For real.
again.
It's a joy that you just can't. It's only one thing that can provide that type of joy is the Holy Spirit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And when that is the fuel to your movements, you know what I mean? Because a man's heart plans his way, but the Lord is who directs his steps. You feel what I'm saying?
What are my steps
And
then?
look, and I got on lemon pepper steppers. You understand me? I got on big lemon pepper steppers. You know what I'm saying? Um, brother, I listen, bro. I super appreciate you. I've been waiting on this day. You know what I'm saying? And I'm so glad to have had you here. You know what I mean? So I thank you. I thank you from the center of my soul. You know what I mean? For being
No,
here and, being such an outstanding, giver. You know what I'm saying? Because you gave us a lot here today. I know everybody's full right now. Everybody definitely, um, man, I got to watch this episode again. You know what I'm saying? So for everybody, the episode will be uploaded by the morning. So y'all go ahead and follow and subscribe to my YouTube. Make sure you follow CD Tates, Instagram, all of the above. Also, I'm on TikTok now too. So y'all go ahead and hit that TikTok link and tap in. But CD Tates, go ahead and man, close it out, man.
let
Let
me
us
say
know.
this. Let me say this. People, for anybody and everyone, where you at today is not where you'll be tomorrow. The person that you are today is not the person that you'll be tomorrow. So think about your future when I say that. Who you were yesterday, you're not today. There's a constant change going on.
Yes.
This is for you every day. There is something changing. You would not completely be, you understand, in the same state that you were at any other minute. And that's what you have to realize about people. So you may be somewhere right now that you probably shouldn't be, in the company of people that you don't need
Yeah,
to be. You might be doing something that even in your own heart and mind, you question, should you be doing it? And you have the ability to stop doing it right now. I'm just going to say things are constantly changing, but you get to choose in which direction they change. If you
absolutely.
want them to become worse or whether if you want them to become better.
Mm. Y'all hear it there. You know what I'm saying? Y'all heard it there. CD Taste, bro, I appreciate you. We locked in. You know what I'm saying? So I will be tapping in with you like we regularly do. You feel what I'm saying?
You know I'll be around, man.
Oh, thank you for pulling up, bro. 100. You
All
know what I
right.
mean? All right, fam. Hey, salute to everybody in the building. We are coming to the end of the show. I hope y'all enjoyed this today because solid ground. Listen, if y'all want to be a part of it, reach out to me. Or you can reach out to my wife. You can reach out to Nita. Nikki. You can reach out to any of them or just, directly hit me up. You know what I mean? If you want to discuss your passion on this show. I'm not going to lie. This episode right here, I mean, everybody, we love all of them, but this episode right here, for me, man, it was something different, y'all. You know what I'm saying? So y'all make sure y'all stay prayed up. You know what I'm saying? On everything I love. We're going to close this out and we're going to chop it up for a little bit. But I am your host, Solid, one of the most solid men.